going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book. The new Road Order book is going to show you how the world works. It is definitely time to wake up out of your sleep in the times that we're in right now. Plus, guys, we know we're waiting on that next main event towards the end of the year. We had the first quarter event. Like I told you, that would happen. Don't forget, this is Shemitah year. And then also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's definitely time to re-educate. And also, those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, keep it coming. Do not forget I have the new World Order cryptos in my Patreon. Do your own research, but going inside of a bear market, you definitely want the cryptos that have real use cases. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores, keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. And we see Bitcoin and crypto slightly up. Also, we see the stock market slightly up, but guys, we know that's not going to last. Why? Because we see yields are rising and they're not coming down, and we know the Fed is going to be putting the foot on the gas. Guys, we are in bad shape. You're not going to hear this from the media, but if you look across all sectors in the economy, is letting you know we're headed for trouble. Crypto, guys, we know we have open interest, so make sure that you're watching Ethereum and Bitcoin futures, watching the volume, watching the open interest. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. That is yield rates, volume, Tether, USDC. And now we have Binance that it has no plans on converting Tether. And we know why, guys, because Tether is not considered in the United States. We see the two sides are forming. So I don't think Tether is going to last long in the U.S. We already know USDC is already the chosen one. Also, we know the U.S. is definitely going to have a stable coin like all the rest of the central banks. Then, of course, guys, we have the Fed going to be raising rates on the 21st. And then also, guys, make sure you're pulling that repo. The new repo starts September 8th, and we know they want to make sure these big banks have liquidity. As these yield rates rise, guys, it's going to put pressure on this whole economy. Remember what the Fed has to do. Remember, they cause a problem, wait for the reaction, run in with the solution. They printed all this money, so therefore they could build the 4th Industrial Revolution. Of course, you can't tell the people that, so they had to create a distraction. Now we're at the point now where we have inflation because of all this money. And now what they're going to do is shrink all this liquidity. So what is it going to cause? Pressure on the economy, which is going to cause the big corporations, which got all the money from them printing all this money, to start cutting back, saying that, hey, we're losing money. And on top of it, they're going to be getting a 15% tax. So what are these corporations going to do? That's right, downsize. We already know it because they never reinvest their money in order to make their companies better, they buy their own stocks back, and their stocks are taking a hit. So we know what they're going to do. Downsize, lay off. We already see it, but it hasn't even begun yet. And then on top of it, that spreads to other sectors. No job, no money to pay your mortgage. No money to eat out, no money for leisure. Guys, it changes everything. We've seen this movie before, but this will be 3 times as worse as the housing crisis in 2007, 2008. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, of course, guys, we have Grayscale, what picked up slightly on Friday. Make sure you're paying attention to the allocations. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have 74% of Ethereum nodes merge ready ahead of the Bellatrix upgrade. And we have Ethereum Classic hits all-time high hash rate ahead of the merge. And we know ESG, climate change agenda. We know the push from the NWO. All the big money is behind proof of stake. So that's the reason why Ethereum Classic is going to fall by the wayside. We know that 99.5% of these cryptos are going to be wiped out. And right when everyone's lost confidence in crypto, that's when it's going to rise right along with the machines, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Reserve Bank of India prepares to trial a CBDC with public sector banks and fintech. And we know by now that all these central banks are going to have their own central bank digital currency attached to a world central bank digital currency. And we know that's going to be the digital yuan. And we already see the 2 sides being created. The BRICS nations versus the West. And we see a few countries playing both sides. But lastly, we have CBDCs require governments to put a special focus on security. And we know CBDCs are illegal for a reason. They're not legal in the US or in Europe. That's the reason why you have to have a big distraction in order to move in the paperwork. 1913, the Federal Reserve came into existence when everybody was on vacation. That's why it's very important for the masses to educate themselves. Also, use your voice, because once these CBDCs are implemented, it will be total surveillance. That's all the security they need. It's all about blockchain. Remember, blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. But CBDCs, they'll be able to tell you what, where, and when, and how to buy. And also, with a push of a button, cut you off from society. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. And guys, don't forget, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The new stock channel begins tomorrow. Don't forget you have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, got their own stocks to see where the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, The fourth industrial revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.